Hello, everyone. I'm MangoTownTravis here with my
Hello,
friend.
MangoTownMatt.
Here with MangoTownMatt on the call. We're gonna be playing at LHS.org today. um, yeah, we're gonna be playing a variant called Palace King Chess.
Palace King Chess.
Now we usually do 960 here because 960 is just our preferred for everything. But this one, the rules kind of make it where we have to do standard. I'm sure there could be a 960 way of doing this, but we're gonna do standard.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could easily make a 960 version of this. The tricky part about that would be is you'd have to decide.
It'd probably be in the four squares,
Yeah,
closer to the middle. That's what I would
yeah,
guess. Actually, let's just do that. I'll go with
we can do
960.
that. I mean,
And we'll just announce the squares at the beginning. So the
yeah,
rules the
I'll
rules
grab those
were
rules so that we can.
for standard that the king, White's king, has to stay in these four squares: e4, e1, d1, e2, d2. Okay, so now our kings should have to stay. Mine has to stay in B1 and C1, and B2 and C2. And yours will be B8, B7, and C8 and C7.
Okay, cool. So use just to re-clarify.
I'm typing it out.
Okay, cool. Will it always be? It'll always be the two squares immediately to the left.
It just the one in front of it, like the two. It's the one that's in the one in front of it, and then the two squares next to it that are closer to the middle.
So yeah,
B2. Oh, I guess do B1.
I'm definitely more excited that we're playing on a 960 variant now.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, man, we got snow here again.
Yeah, it's raining pretty bad right now.
It was warm this past weekend. It was like finally
Oh,
almost spring.
so I can't
Like you
cast
could
it.
almost walk around in the t-shirt. It was probably like low 60s. I think it was for those of you who deal in Celsius, aka the entire rest of the world that is not America. We're talking probably probably high teens, maybe even no, I was mid to high teens. Um, that's real nice, man. I guess let's just go with the good old mirror to begin. Yeah, man, what you been up to, Travis?
So I've been thinking about starting a music, like a music, either joining it with MangoTown or starting a music-based YouTube channel.
Ah, that would be cool.
Um, basically just doing scales, like doing like one scale per video. So being like, oh, actually I didn't know that for the people in the chat. Um, or each video would be like a five
I
to.
had no idea that Liberia and Myanmar they
I just
use.
need to start pushing these. Cause I can't move this rook. Um,
Also, Baku's ships and gravies on my list of things
oh, that's really annoying.
to make. The absence of a blender is making it a little bit difficult from the recipes that I've seen so far, but looks delicious, looks nutritious, it's not too terribly difficult. no, I think 100% any like spin-off projects, even if they're primarily individual projects, should all just be like off the branch of MangoTown.
Yeah, that's what Mike and I were talking about last night, mainly. Um, but I also thought, like, well, at least with the scale things, if I was releasing, well, I don't. We were thinking if there should be like a separate, gaming account to other things.
Oh, that would make sense. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that would make sense having different logins, different variations on multiple things. I might have just mussed up real good.
I mean, it's not bad.
Not necessarily. Lots of options. Just not sure about keeping B7 open. Might be
Yeah, I was kind of worried about that too.
yeah. Play it safe for this first round and see how it pans out. Yeah, I was thinking. Have you heard it all? Have you been paying any attention to the whole like Facebook breach stuff that's been going on?
Say that one more time.
Have you been paying much attention to everything with the Facebook breach?
No, I haven't heard about it.
So basically, I don't know if I would even call it a breach. Basically, there's a lot of speculation around Facebook. I mean, first, just to reel back a little bit, Facebook, hands down, is more or less a surveillance tool.
Yeah, of course.
People willingly put like huge swaths of their lives onto this platform, accessible. Then they give up so many things without even really reading the rights and whatnot. And so there's this whole Cambridge Analytica thing going on right now, which kind of discusses, for lack of a better explanation, this firm that basically had a lot to do in this past election. They did a bunch of stuff that was I mean, like, definitely sketchy. Yeah, Bakus has a red idea. Russia has its fingers all up in Facebook. Everybody has their fingers up all in Facebook. Well, now, MPs have called upon Zuckerberg to, like, come forward. But you know what I've been thinking about with all this? Is, like, do you think we'll ever get to the point in the future where there's actual law with regards to data collection?
So the question is, do you think there'll be a future where there's actual laws and data collection? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, where it's like pretty tightly regulated, so that we don't have this sort of mass collection. Because I mean, like, think about what we could do right now. If you were really involved with, I mean, not even really involved.
Well, I mean, there's laws for things, but people are still going to break them too.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, and if the government's doing it, then if the government's doing it, then anyone else is pretty much free range to do it, because then they can, they're not going to out them, because then they're going to just show them that they're doing it too.
Yeah.
So.
Well, another interesting way that it could be twisted, I was watching a TED Talk about surveillance, is that, like, let's say you and I decided to start a data firm. In theory, we could sell, we could run like a data analysis company And in theory, I'm not sure that there is any legislation. I have to do some reading about it. But you could totally just you could more or less, man, I'm getting kind of stuck over here. You could basically just sell people's information to employers.
Mm.
Like, so that's crazy. Imagine imagine someone refusing to hire you simply on the basis of, say...
They collected your data and looked at it.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
They collected your web history. They collected your...
Things that, I mean... Well, I think to some degree we already see some of that.
Yeah.
That might have been yeah, I mean, because the way that, like, you have to really groom your profiles if you're, like, for example, a teacher or a public servant of any sort. You have to be really careful. But man, crazy stuff.
I just gave up that rook for a pawn. I forgot about the bishop. But I haven't used my queen this entire game.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you're right. It totally isn't in fact. And social media, social networks rather, man, it needs the fuck out of me. You got me. Did myself in. Now wait a minute. Why won't are you not allowed to move your king at all?
I can. You want me to take that back? I mean...
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just... Oh, never mind. I understand why I wasn't able to do it. Silly me. Ooh.
I guess I already had it, though. I had it by... Oh, yeah. Okay. Alright, so this actually should be the... Let me copy this real quick, because it should be the same starting position. Yeah.
It's going to be really interesting.
There we go. Have fun.
With, like, data and surveillance.
I mean... Yeah, I don't think... I mean, there's going to be laws, but I don't think they're going to do anything.
Yeah, probably not.
Just,
I think it's already too ingrained.
And then, yeah, you can... I mean, with the different things of, like, just having it just collect in different countries, but still having it collect.
Yeah,
absolutely. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure... Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's been ingrained as a model of socialization for long enough that it would be hard to say undo it. Now, another thing that's going to be interesting, though, is when we run into, when we start to really get into trouble with with climate change stuff. When like mass groups are forced to migrate. I mean, even the weather this year alone has been like way crazier than the weather last year, I think.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's hard to look at it from just like a 1 year thing. But I think,
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, of course, it's definitely increasingly becoming a problem. Especially with like the plastic in the ocean.
Yeah, that's what I worry about. Like, I love seafood.
Well, I hope we can I want some like, I don't know why, like I do want to go to Mars and everything, but I think we should definitely have some like ocean cities and then like underwater ocean cities as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Let's
like that
let's
seems
just
like
all pull our money together in MangoTown and buy like an old aircraft carrier. And just build like a fully sustainable.
Yeah. What are you
That'd
doing?
be wild.
Okay, so that's just one of the things you want to do in the beginning is like not move your queen, your queen 3 times in a row.
I was going to do some stuff with it, and then it didn't quite pan out. So I'm just been left with a series of like, well, I'm fucked.
Theoretically, I mean, I guess not theoretically, but like you'd want to move almost every piece once, or I mean, you definitely just want a better position, but like,
Yeah.
um,
Sometimes the enjoyment of the game
yeah,
is that I don't play it all the time. However,
yeah.
it's like, yeah, I'm not super.
Yeah, there's a TED Talk. There's a TED Talk I would suggest that I know you've liked before. That I posted. It's called "We're Building a Utopia Just to Click Ads."
Yeah, man, it's even crazier because it's even crazier when people start to work for the NSA. It's like, oh man, like, I mean, not that it was ever. You get the nice kind of benefit of like degrees of separation up until that point, and then you're like, oh man, they're only one degree away from me. But I mean, like at the same time, there's also the natural assumption. We all walked right into that.
And Snowden has talked a lot about like people always say, "Oh," and Obama said this. Oh wow, I'm an idiot. Just when I'm like,
You're Travis.
yeah, I'm just Travis.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely considered seeing Snowden. My only thing about it is like, I'll see documentaries about really interesting topics and be like, well, I could watch a documentary about Snowden, or I could watch a nature documentary.
You walked into it again.
Ooh, I almost always will go for a nature documentary over most anything else.
Oh,
Because there's like, man, Snowden's on my list. There's that other one on Netflix about like doping in sports that's supposed to be really good.
So what I'm gonna say, like, they talked a lot about like people always say, like, oh, they're just collecting bulk data, like they're not actually like reading your text and everything.
Oh, but they totally could if they wanted to.
But yeah, that's what I was gonna do with the work. Snowden and a few other people talk about like how bulk data is a lot more valuable because they don't have the time or resources to just like have people reading your emails, but they have like you can make algorithms once you have all the data or even anytime you have the data to figure things like to give you much more valuable information. So it's the bulk data, like it's not like the government would be like, okay, we're going to just collect the bulk data because that's, worth less to us, but it's better for the people. Like, the government's not going to do that. Like, the bulk, the metadata is what's more valuable and tells more.
Oh, Baku's knows what's up. Yo, Baku's, have you ever watched Wild China? BBC's Wild China's probably one of my top 3.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, the algorithms that collect the bulk are much more valuable than someone sitting there reading your emails.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
And MangoTownGravatt has joked about that too. He's like, the government doesn't have this amount of resources. Okay.
It creates their own Google. It's called Spoople. It's what was Travis thinking on 8:15 and 17 seconds 2008?
8:15. Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those things. One of these days, it's just gonna be yeah, we're arresting you, and you're gonna be like, for what? And they're gonna be like, and they're just gonna go. They're gonna go through the gigantic algorithm process. We're probably on a list right now for even talking about any of this.
Yeah. Well, that's what I figured. Well, yeah, if we just mysteriously go disappearing. If we mysteriously disappear.
There was something like that where there was some event.
Hey, he said, can you repeat the name of the documentary Wild China?
Oh yeah, it's Wild China. Yeah, Wild China is great. Wow. And I don't know if it's still on Netflix, but it totally used to be. And if not, you can find a torrent pretty easily. What I really like about that one is I mean, obviously I think BBC has done a couple other quote unquote wild documentaries. It's one of those things where they hit all the different regions more or less, but they also focus on people and some of the historical, cultural aspects that are interesting about it. Absolutely. Smart choice. Check it out.
Just in time. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Well, I gotta trade it. I guess I could have taken with pawn, but I think that would have been worse. No, that would have been better. No. Yeah, definitely would have been better. I think that, I can't move back. And I can't take that. Good game. Yeah, nice.
I'm surprised that even. It's like I was reading up on Kaori, which is what we're gonna play soon.
Oh yeah.
And
I haven't looked at that. I've been well, I haven't played more Bob or more, but I'm like, oh, this game is so much fun.
We're playing MangoTownMike 2 are great. And you definitely can English Bakus because there's so many American,
okay. So this one's
presumably also just generally English speakers that aren't even bilingual is crazy. I lived with this girl for a little while who was like, I'm so privileged to not have to know a second language. I was like, what? In what world does not having to know a second language make you privileged? You are so incredibly lucky in a multitude of ways if you have the ability to speak more than one language, even at the most basic functional levels. But coming back to the whole surveillance thing, you remember Mike had a friend when everybody first found out about the NSA who like didn't he do something? He signed his email something in Arabic, and I don't know if it was something silly or if it was actually something that was like.
Who is this?
Well, I don't know if that was.
Oh, Mike. Mike did that.
And then I think his friend like kind of dropped off the grid for a little while, and we were all like, "Uh-oh." Also, I have one question right now, Travis.
Yeah.
Now I know you typed in the rules. We are doing E7, E8, the E's and the D's.
Yeah.
Okay.
The two. Yeah, it's like standard, except they're mixed. Other beats are mixed up. Wow, what a great pawn structure. I'm just kidding. Yeah. But I was for the scales. I was trying to calculate because once I do a template, like, it's pretty easy to like change the scale because I can just filter.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then like filter all E's and then make them E flats.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, it's still making the video after that. Like, I still just have to like screen cap the sheet music, and then sync that up with the audio, which isn't hard. And then like make I don't know, little titles and stuff for the scales.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that's crazy to think about, do you ever think about the fact that, like, there could be somebody else out there working on something really similar?
In music? Or anything?
Yeah, like, oh man, like, they're also putting together a huge book of scales, and, like, what if they're, like, one day sooner than you? Or what if you're like, one day, you release it, like, 1 week earlier than them? Yeah, in theory, though, you could totally destabilize the. You have to get off Baku's, unfortunately, but I think you can find like a 1080p.
It's probably on YouTube.
Yeah, probably. I think you can also find the like 1080p torrent pretty easily. I'm not sure what the internet capabilities and also. Just general. Ooh, gotcha.
No, I mean.
But if you find it, absolutely watches great.
If you had taken with pawn, I would have won. That was the thing. If you had taken my pawn.
Yeah, Travis. You would have destroyed me. I would have been stuck.
No, because my rook would have taken your rook, and your king couldn't recapture. There's a TEDx talk on YouTube called "You Are a Simulation and Physics Can Prove It." It's pretty amazing. Yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, I've looked a lot into that the simulation theory, and Elon Musk definitely thinks it's a 1 in a billion chance that we're not a simulation. That's good. You probably should have taken. Yeah, I definitely should have taken with bishop instead of pawn.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that annoys me a little bit about Elon Musk is, like, apparently, like, I mean, workers' rights, obviously.
Does he not pay people in America well, or people anywhere well?
Apparently, the like, turnover rate for his like his factories, his companies is just like crazy. It's kind of like this is an analogy just solely.
Oh no. No.
For everyone watching, I have very little foresight with regards to
This is so disappointing.
yeah, I don't know if there's yeah, that's what I figured. It'd be kind of silly not to do that.
All right. Good game.
Is that oh man, it is, isn't it?
Killing me. I did not think the rules would. I don't know.
I didn't know that.
I need to catch. I just been focusing on playing chess, and I have not been thinking about those rules. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. He probably just put all his money into it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's just he's just CEO. I don't think he's the founder of SpaceX, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And co-founder. He was the co-founder of PayPal, or he's just the CT. I think he was actually maybe the CTO of. All right. Okay.
It's
2 losses in a row.
Or
is that 3 losses in a row?
In the history books.
That is 3 losses in a row. Nice job.
Robber barons. It's 2. I think it's 2 losses in a row. I haven't beat you.
No, it shows. Oh no, 2. Yeah, 2. Yeah, I guess I should have done that. That's a shame. But he's one of the few. I guess Jeff Bezos, Amazon, the richest guy in the world now, is doing a space company.
Oh, fuck that dude too, man. It's other stuff in regards to like treatment of workers.
But I would definitely say Amazon is definitely a lot worse on treating their workers and stuff.
I think insofar as what we know, yeah, I would agree with you. He's trying to do it again. Trying to do it again.
King cannot get. I gotta watch out for it too.
True. Ooh, that rook's looking nice and juicy, Travis. The bishop, excuse me. You can just eat him up.
No, the rook's guarding it.
Yeah, Baku's, I have seen that, and you know what? I don't know if I heard someone say this somewhere, or if it's actually a thing that happened, but it's like you grab whatever you want to walk out, but imagine like accidentally grabbing something and forgetting about it. And then you're just like, oh man, and all your money just goes away. I don't know. I like a good old human to human interaction. Not a lot. I mean, like sometimes it's fucking terrible. Like when I get to take the train and I buy a ticket, the woman is always so sour at me. She's always just like not having a good time. I have to like knock on the window so she gets up and gets off a Snapchat. But I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you
what now. I don't know. I like. You know what I really worry about? I worry that we're gonna make it to like that we're gonna make it to like the age of.
Which, someone said that we have a really nice radio voice, but I wonder which one they're talking about. Sorry, but go ahead.
Both of us.
I know a lot of music, so I could definitely do radio, but I don't think you really get paid much for doing radio stuff anymore.
Yeah, that's why we need to,
Sunday.
What we need to do is we just we need to just make a bunch of music this summer, and we can use it for all the different parts of all the different MangoTown things that we're like, oh, this would be great if there was some music. What was I saying though? I'm getting distracted. Right before I moved, what were we talking about right before I moved to that? Oh, you know what I'm worried about, Travis? I'm worried we're gonna get to like just to retirement age.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna do a living wage for everybody. And all the kids that are like 15 are like, woohoo, we never have to work. And I mean, that would be the final straw. I mean, I would be happy, of course, because we'd get a living wage. But imagine spending your whole life on like the back end of a system where then it changes and it's way better. And I mean, like,
well, it's unless it gets worse. I mean, we don't want it to get worse.
That's true. No, I 100% agree. But we do not want to make it worse. Dang. Double dang. Wow.
Doug Dimmadome. Triple dang.
Triple dang.
So at least now I have the four. I don't know. I have the 4 squares to move to. But still got some pieces right up on me. Say Queen G3. I don't know how Queen. I mean, go that way.
Oh man, gotta do something, man. Well,
Good game.
I was getting real worried about that knight. Shouldn't have worried so much.
All right. So it's the F and E.
Baku's, I appreciate the tip, but I'm almost. Oh wait, Travis is black. Was black. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I almost never.
Yeah, I didn't use my king or my queen that entire game, so I'm trying to remember to do that this game. White's king will stay in F1, E1, F2, E2. F8.
This will probably be my last game.
Cool. I gotta tie it up. I think. Or maybe we did 5 games. I think I might have won the first. I don't know. I gotta go back and look.
You won the first one?
Yeah, okay.
I won the second 2. You won the fourth one.
So this one's for all the marbles. Or is it?
Do you remember that show on TV, Travis? It's like, it's kind of like a not superhero show, like, it's almost like a Power Rangers type of thing. What they did.
Oh boy.
There was like a Frankenstein type character. At the beginning, something always happened. Oh.
Yes.
Where, something always happened.
Let's take that back because we just need a bit longer game.
Oh, shoot.
You got to move your knight to protect your rook. Because if not, I can just take it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's attacking my queen, so probably the better move anyway.
Absolutely.
I'm fine with going back. I'll say I used my queen this game. You can't say that now. For all the angry people being like, you never even used your best piece. Well, I took a pawn now. How do you feel?
What truly is the best piece?
That's very true. I'm not sure what I want to do with this rook. It's not a great place. Just move back. No, probably to one of these.
Travis, here's a question. Have you ever in your life seen a quince?
A quince.
A quince.
Quince.
Let's find out what the actual pronunciation is.
I don't know what that is.
It's a type of fruit.
Probably not then.
Quince?
I really want jackfruit.
What is jackfruit?
It's just this
That
like
one was it's like a savory fruit.
I don't know. It's just a huge giant fruit. I think it's.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I think you can make it taste different, or different parts maybe taste different ways. But like, I've actually.
Is that the one that's apparently like really full of protein? And
Yeah.
almost has a texture that's kind of like meat.
Yeah, but I've also heard it's like a combination of like pineapple, mango, banana type thing.
Whoa.
But
Whoa.
I could be thinking of something else on that taste. But
If you weren't thinking of something else, though, color me interested.
there's there's at least some fruit like that. Only these 4 squares. I gotta watch out. Gotta think. I already flipped that.
Yeah. I couldn't remember exactly which way they switched.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this would be great if I could just switch my king over to E.
Yeah, that overdoes. Yeah, we can't go that way. Such a... I know I did that for a reason. I was like, "This, of course, works." Um. What was I thinking?
Ooh. Ooh. I think that might be it for me, folks.
No, I mean I can't. Your rook's guarding. Your rook and bishop are guarding the back 2 squares, and your rook's guarding G7 as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I do have a pretty good.
But it's just annoying for now.
Oh.
There we go. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. I was not thinking about that one.
Well, you weren't not thinking about it, that's for sure.
Oh, man. That's annoying.
Ooh.
Well, I just had to get out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I was thinking we gotta do, Travis? When we go camping this summer, we just need to, we need to take, like, a recorder with us. And just listen to... and just record, like, tons of bird sounds.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I want to be a
And
page.
you just put it in the background all the time. I stumbled down these random rabbit holes of, like, Japanese cassettes that are just, like, ambient music.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time... And I came across one today. What was it called? I still have it up. I'll send it to you. It's Takatoshi Naito in the forest. And, like, there were a bunch of different parts that were just Let me
in the
move
night.
here. Alright, I see you. There are a bunch of parts that were just like bird noises, forest sounds, and stuff.
Yeah, we talked about that, like composing, because there's a composer that literally made like hours and hours of music by just putting a microphone down like in a forest.
Ah, interesting.
Definitely tricky. Tricky.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an interesting idea, and I think that if you maybe did it a little bit differently than that, like simply putting a tape recorder down in a forest or something, you could do some really interesting stuff.
Just in the nick of time, I think. So that queen was scaring me.
Understandably so.
Yep, there we go.
Nice. Good job.
You too. Can you not? Or what is it? Does it say you can move your rook, but that's like only lead chess. Oh wait, no, you can move. Oh, if you move your rook, I just take it.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh. All right. Oh, my bad. I went to. Did I go to the analysis board? Yeah, I did. At least in the analysis, we were tied there, but not according to the not with the rules and stuff. But we are dead even. Look at if you can see that on the stream. At least that's what Stockfish goes.
I see my name with 18 points, and I see your name with 65 points.
I know, like on the analysis of this game, on this move, it says we're at dead even.
Nice.
But like, if we were playing regular, not the Palace King rules.
Yeah.
So this has been Palace King chess. White's king must stay in the 4. If it's standard, it's in the 4 center squares. That's the king's next to. D, the D and E squares. D8 and D7 and D1 and D8 squares. But with the 960, we did it where the king has to stay in its square and the one above it, and the one closer to the middle and the one above it. Yeah, that was a fun one. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Absolutely.
Thanks for playing, Matt. See you guys around.